Hi, it's Fiona Bennett, and I'm back. I wanted to say hello, and I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who responded so lovely and encouragingly to my last video. It was just really nice to have everybody reach out in such a positive and warm way and tell me how they are using the tips and how they had maybe forgotten some of the things that they learned before, and it was a reminder to them, and some ways in which they learned new things they were able to apply. So it was really, really nice, and it's nice to be able to feel like in this way able to connect to people, even though we're not seeing, I don't see you face to face, but you can see me, and then you do reach out, and so it's just seems like a way to still be personal, and that's really nice. That's what's so important, especially in this day and age when we are on Instagram and Facebook and all of those ways in which we keep in touch in some manner, but it can feel very impersonal. I know I have developed a meetup group, and it's nice to see the numbers growing in that group. There's 96 members in that group now, and that's really great to see that people are connecting on some level with the information and the ideas that are in that group. But on another level, it's still very impersonal because the people are on the computer, and I don't actually see them, and I don't actually get to hear their voices and feel the energy in person. And that's what the idea is of a meetup group. So I would really love that at some point, to be able to actually meet at least most of those people in person, and to have them be able to meet me and share in the community aspect of it. So this is a nice way of being able to do that, at least on some level. So thank you very much for your response. And I also wanted to offer another tip on just how to stay connected to yourself, because it's great to connect to others, and that's a really important part of our lives. But even more important is to really tune in to how you're doing yourself, and to stay connected in that way. And again, with life so busy, it's easy to lose that connection. And when we are focused so much on other people, it's easy to lose that connection. And I know that in my own life, I can get very, very caught up in what's going on with everything around me and all of the people around me and what's happening in their life, and forget sometimes to check in with what's actually happening inside of me and what's happening in my own life. And that has led to some not great things physically, and it also leads to some very unfulfilled places in yourself if you allow that to go unchecked. So it's a really important few minutes that you can take every single day to just give yourself a chance to speak to you in some way. And the way that can happen is if you allow yourself to say something that you can hear. And the way you hear yourself is if you give yourself a little bit of space and quiet. And that can be very scary, because in space and quiet, sometimes feelings will arise that you don't really feel comfortable with. That's often why we stay so busy. We don't want those feelings to arise. They make us uncomfortable. And so the busier we are with other external things, the less likely we are to have to face them. They're there for a reason though, and they are there trying to tell us something. So if we take a few minutes and give ourselves a chance, you will be surprised at how resilient you can be to those feelings. So I will invite you to do a couple of things. So first, give yourself a space and some time where you won't be interrupted. So a little bit of room where you can close the door, and you can even put a sign on the door if you need to. If you have small children, when they're napping is a good time, or at school it's a good time. Make sure if you have a partner that your partner knows this is important to you and that you really do need this time, and that you will really appreciate some uninterrupted space, and that once that time is over, then that you will be in a better place to give them the attention that they want, and you will be a happier you. So win-win, right? So carve out that little space, first of all. The other thing is that give yourself something beautiful around you. So maybe light some candles, make them smell nice. I like white sage. That's a beautiful smell, and it's also a medicinal smell, so it isn't something that's going to be harmful to your lungs. It's also very clearing and can clear out any negative energy in the space. And some nice warm blankets. Create a nice cozy environment, somewhere where you really want to be and want to spend that time, and you feel safe. And then give yourself something that you are going to be able to record what you come up with. So I have a journal, and I have a beautiful pen. It was a gift to me, and I lose pens all the time. So this is a special pen for me, and I use it just for this purpose. So I try not to leave it lying anywhere else. It's just with my journal and in this space. So create this little piece of paper or a little journal that is going to be yours for your personal thoughts, your private feelings and inspirations. So once you have all of that sort of set up, then give yourself the quiet, and that means you sit. Sit quietly. Take a few breaths with your eyes closed. If you want to say a prayer ahead of time or do a short meditation ahead of time, that's okay. Whatever you need to do to give yourself a relaxed, peaceful, calm state. And once you're in that calm state, ask yourself 2 questions. 1, what am I feeling right this moment? And that question might mean, what am I feeling in my body? So you might feel some tension in your stomach, some nausea, you might feel some cramping, you might feel just tightening, you might feel some tension in your chest or your throat, you might feel like a headachy kind of feeling or some stiffness around your neck or your low back. Whatever it is, pay attention to those feelings. Really notice them. Notice them. Don't discount them. Notice exactly what it is that you're feeling in your body and breathe into those places. Just focus your attention in a loving and kind way on that sensation and breathe there. So if it's a tightness in your neck, for example, then focus your attention internally on the tightness in your neck and breathe into that place. Just breathe and focus and allow yourself to really let that energy and attention go there. Be kind to the pain or discomfort that you're feeling wherever it is. And eventually you will realize that it's softening. You'll feel that discomfort soften. It might take a minute or 2 or 5 or however long it takes for that realization and that relaxation to happen is okay. And once that happens, then you can start to ask yourself, what do I need? So whatever it might be, what do you need right now in your life? Do you need space? Do you need exercise? Do you need something fulfilling, like an educational stimulation? Do you need some meaningful touch in your life? Are you lonely? Are you feeling disregarded? Start to get in touch with some of those feelings as well. What am I feeling and what do I need? What am I feeling and what do I need? Make those some really common questions that you ask yourself every day. What am I feeling and what do I need? And spend some time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just silently breathing with that question. And allow yourself room for answers. You might not feel like an answer comes right away, and maybe you don't feel like an answer comes at all during those first initial times that you give this a try. And that's okay. Whatever happens, as long as you don't start saying that you're stupid or you're not any good at it or you suck at this, as long as you don't start doing that, then stick with it. As soon as you start having any of those mean thoughts, negative, critical thoughts start to come up for you, then you're done. Call it a day. Okay, that's it. All right, I've done it. Thank you very much. That's enough for today. I did my best for today, and I'm going to try again tomorrow or later today, whatever you decide. I would really urge you to continue to try this practice at least every day for 30 days. Every day for 30 days. And see how it goes. And once you have finished your time for that day, then write down whatever it was that happened for you in your journal. Maybe what happened for you was you were frustrated. Maybe what happened for you was you just felt sensations in your body and you breathed through it. Maybe what happened for you was you had a really insightful realization and you now have some sort of new awareness in your life. Maybe you don't know what to do with it right now, but you have some awareness. And that's okay too. You don't have to always know what your next step is. Just getting to know you is an important piece. You don't have to have it all figured out. Give yourself permission to not have it all figured out and just take it one step at a time. That's all I have for now. That was a lot of talking. So if you stuck with it for the whole time, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you. And I urge you to try it. And let me know how it goes. And let me know how it goes in 10 days, in 20 days, and for sure in 30 days. Let me know how it goes for you. I can't wait to hear it. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.